Hey folks, welcome back. So it looks like we have another free open source plugin that you can download. It's this one here called Reev-R, and it's from the same guy who made also Gate 12, Time 12 and Filter. And now we have Reev-R, which is kind of a convolution reverb plugin. As I said, completely open source, completely free. Just make sure you head over to GitHub here, go to the release page, download your binary for Linux, Mac OS and Windows, or download the source code and build it for yourself. And also maybe make sure you leave a donation here, right? So this is now Reev-R, it's a convolution reverb, and we can shape with the envelope here inside of this plugin the mix and also the send, the gain that goes into the convolution reverb. So in Bitwig, it looks like this. We have basically here a default convolution sample on there. There's one sample coming with the plugin, but you have to have your own impulse response sample library if you want to choose something different. So we can do this here by clicking on default. And then we have here a directory. This is my impulse response directory here. And this is my polarity impulse response pack. You can download this from my Patreon if you want to. And I have here some sampled real places with, you know, in a binaural format. So 4 channels basically. So let's go to floor here. You can see it's instantly appearing here in this window. Send is 100% and reverb is also the mix here 100%. So this is completely dry, completely wet, and we can also change here how much of the audio goes into the reverb. This is interesting because we can shape this here with the envelope, of course, and can only put certain parts into the reverb and still experience the whole reverb tail coming out of the reverb. So if you shape basically here the mix knob, you can hear right, we have a reverb here, but the reverb tail is not ringing out because we just pull down the mix of the output here. So this is something you can do in Bitwig pretty easily by just automating the mix or modulating the mix knob. But what I do all the time in Bitwig is I construct something where I can send only certain parts from the audio into the reverb. So here you can say I just want to have this part going into the reverb and then keep the reverb tail. Right, you can hear the reverb ringing out. And yeah, this is how you do it. So this is something I do all the time. So it's pretty handy to have this here in this plugin, also with the envelope. Also, what you can't do in Bitwig is stretch the sample, the impulse response sample, right? We can put this here to 100 or 200%. And then we have a much longer impulse response, but it's not pitched up or pitched down. It's basically stretched. So we keep the pitch of the sample intact. What you can't do is change the impulse response with the envelope. This would be really nice if I could just, you know, take a directory and switch through all the impulse responses with an envelope in here. This would be super dope. I don't know any plugin that does this, but this would be really interesting to have for yeah, some certain reverb effects. Also, I think the feature here that you can randomize kind of the envelope here with this button or with this menu here, that's way too hidden in my opinion. This could be some kind of button here where you just press the button and then you randomize kind of the envelope here. So it's a bit hidden. Yeah, could be nice to have as a feature. Maybe if the developer is watching this, maybe make it happen. I don't know how complicated it is. And then, of course, we have all the rest of the features here that are also in gate 12 and time 12 and so on. I also already showed this. We can ease out here the envelope a bit more, make it a bit more rounded, change the tension here of some of the curves. So everything is in there. There's also a sequencer here. But in my opinion here, having the stretch is dope, and also that you can kind of automate the send into the reverb. We can also reverse here this and change the end and the beginning of the sample. Oh yeah, by the way, there's also a delay integrated here with the reverb or with the input switch reverb. So if you just want to add after the convolution reverb some kind of delay, you can do this here. And it's also time-based, so we can dial in here 116 note, 18 note, and so on. Could be great to have also here a delay mix knob, maybe, so you can just blend it in slowly and it's not full wet mix all the time. Maybe it's more, the idea behind it's more like to mix it here with the dry signal. Clear this. Yeah, could be nice to have here a mix knob for the delay and maybe more timing options here. So yeah, that's Reev-R, completely free, completely open source. I want to make a video on this just to have all the plugins as a video, kind of. I don't want to go into all of these details here because I already did this with the other plugins and it's kind of the same thing. So we have now 4 plugins, if I'm not wrong. So we have a reverb, we have the gate shaper here, the time shaper, and the filter shaper. So if you don't own Shaperbox, then you can just download this for free here, and you have the same functionality, more or less. Maybe even better, I have no idea. Pretty cool to have this. Make sure you donate to the project here. Leave a like on the video if you liked the video. Leave some questions maybe for the developer. That's it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video, and bye.